I never noticed that you were always lonely, and I would always hold you, so nobody could hurt you. I've been spending hours.
Hello everyone to the greatest channel on YouTube, Fandom Pop. My name is Soul, and usually when I start a video, I like to explain what the hell somebody's watching. And I know this is going to be one of those videos where someone clicks on it and thinks right away, what the hell am I watching? And to answer that question, I think it is important for every YouTuber to kind of give a sense of where they're at, like update videos essentially. Just to kind of let the audience know like where their headspace at. Who are they right now? What is the purpose behind the channel? Where do I think it's going, etc. And since this is a new channel, this is Fandom Pop, again the greatest channel on YouTube, I wanted to have some kind of vloggy, podcasty series where I do that. I've done a couple things like that. None in this style, but this is gonna be. I'm hoping this turns out pretty cool. It might just turn out to be some weird ass shit, but I've done that before plenty of times. It is what it is. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this style of content. But what I wanted to do specifically in this one video, like the series is meant to be kind of a update / vlog podcast series, but this one specifically, I just kind of wanted to introduce myself, almost like kind of let anyone watching out there know who I am, which I make a lot of videos. I think I've made, like, in the 3 or 4 years I've been on this channel, coming up on the 1000. Which is a part of the Soul Collection. It's one of my goals for this year is to hit 1,000 videos. But I don't have a lot of personal shit about me. I don't have like update videos. I'm just endlessly talking about the shit I love. But I gotta do the YouTuber thingies, which is talk about myself. Which I am an introverted ass person. I am socially awkward. I am all that shit. If you were under the belief that I was not, you were led astray. This is all a facade. This is all me doing my fucking best to not be awkward and to hopefully not hear my cat yelling in the background throughout the entire video because she's in heat. But that's gonna happen. There's gonna be audio clipping parts because I'm holding the microphone this way. The green screen is gonna not be perfect the way I want it to. There's gonna be fuck ups that come with video making in every single video, but it is what it is. I am only one man. I am only human. Anyway. So yeah, I wanted to mostly kind of introduce anyone because this is very much like starting new for me. Like, I don't expect this channel to be anywhere in like a year, but maybe like a couple years down the line, if I'm finally able to take off, like people watch these old videos and kind of, at least they can point to a reference point of where they saw the origin or something like that. Anyway, and people might watch this series because I'm gonna be talking about a lot of the origin of Soul, which is probably one of the biggest things I want to talk about in this video. Is kind of how I became a YouTuber. What steps did I take? Because I have a whiteboard over there with at least, I want to say, 35 videos. It's kind of like a check mark. It's like to record this video, The Void, the name of this series. By the way, welcome to The Void. It's badass time here. Talking about the board says to record. So once I'm done with this one, it goes to the to edit area. And then there's a whole other optional section, which is to write, which is where the good videos go. The neglected videos also. But yeah. How did I become a guy who does this. But one of those videos, it was supposed to be like a parody how to become a good YouTuber video, which I think, as a person who's been on this platform, I have a lot of information to give, and I kind of wanted to make a parody, but also like have some serious information there. But at the same time, someone's gonna look at my channel and be like, "Look how many fucking subscribers you got. You obviously didn't do shit right." And I think that's we'll get into that. I do want to talk about kind of like what I do wrong, specifically as to how to be a good YouTuber of sorts, but like the things that I'm doing wrong, I can't really like stop because it's like in my nature. But we'll get into that. Let's take it to the beginning. I started YouTube in the very beginning of 2015. I remember around this time I was 17. I was still living in my mom's house with my brother and my grandfather at the time. I had like a job previous, but I don't think I had that much money left. I think I was just getting enough money around because I think a month or two before I started it, I decided I was gonna do it. I love YouTube. I kind of wanted just to learn, you know. I remember as thinking I was going to do this as early as like late 2013. Like it was like a weird brainchild for a while. Like it's the same brainchild I have about like music and stuff right now. It's like things I could aspire to do and want to do, but like, am I going to make the time to do that? And I was really losing, because before that I wrote books, and I was kind of losing my muse to keep on writing books, because once you write, like, I think I wrote 4 books with like no plans on publishing and no really idea how to do that and what steps to take. And in the meantime, the book I was writing at the time wasn't really fulfilling me, and I really wanted to do this YouTube thing, so that kind of took over writing. I have not written a book since I started to do YouTube, which means all this time I could have been YouTubing, I could have been writing books. That's kind of just like I still have book ideas and I still write occasionally, but like I don't like I used to. I want to, and I eventually want to get those books out to the public as well, because I still love those stories. Even the one that I wrote when I was like really young, I was like 13, 14 or something, and it was like 1,000 pages long, and I only got halfway through it before I decided to go on to something else. But yeah, that's where I started. It started in like 2015, and I wanted to do reviews because I love reviews. This is kind of like before all the reviews are kind of just like renaming themselves and kind of avoiding that word, because that word isn't as like catchy as something else. Every YouTube video should be like a spectacle in order to get all your subscribers to watch it. So you try to make a spectacle title instead of just insert newest hot game review, etc. How much time do I got left? Okay, I still got 10 minutes before I gotta hit record again. So I was just doing reviews, and that was probably a mistake from the beginning, but like it was also a good format, and it gave people an idea right away of what I was doing. And the one thing I thought I was going to do differently was I was going to be the guy who reviews everything. Like I would do music reviews, game reviews, movie reviews, anime reviews, even book reviews, because I loved all those things, and I was able to talk about all those things. So I thought, hey, that's what I would do differently. And honestly, I think there is a successful avenue for that. I think it would just involve more like only talking about new movies, only talking about new games, only talking about the 5 popular books that come out a year, that type of thing. So it's not so much that I chose like a bad avenue, it's just I didn't have any idea how to market that or how to chase that. I was only reviewing older things. Like I was very much in my collector, like in the past mindset, which I've kind of fallen off on lately. I was very much living off of the relics of the past. Like growing up, rarely did I have like I would have the new systems, but I wouldn't have like the newest games. I'd always be like years behind. and I grew up on like VHS when DVD was a thing, stuff like that. So I got my essentials together. I had my idea of what I wanted to do. I wanted to do reviews. I knew that I wanted to start doing this thing, and I thought the best like first couple things I needed to do was I would like watch other YouTubers kind of explain how they do it, and they'd be like, okay, I use this program called Sony Vegas. I look up on eBay how much is Sony Vegas. Okay, it's like $30 for like the base baby version, which in all honesty, it's even my most current version, which I think I've actually bought in most of my copies. I think Sony Vegas is like one of those few things I did not like just get off the internet. I bought my fucking thing for it. So I got Sony Vegas, the whatever version at the time, and from there, because I think I was just buying these one at a time because I was also saving money. After that, I bought. This is all before my first video. I threw like a couple things. I think I was making my intros around this time. That was like my kind of experiments. Was I was making intros and just kind of watching tutorials. That's immediately, if you want to learn how to do something, like if people like, I remember when I got one of my tattoos and the guy was asking me how I started doing the videos. He's like, were you just like self-taught? I was like, yeah. Like even the idea that like someone could teach you doesn't like make sense to me. No, like unless you go to school. Who goes to fucking like school for that though? 90% of the YouTubers are self-taught. You just watch tutorials. It's like, how do I move an image in Sony Vegas? How do I duplicate something in Sony Vegas? How do I stretch my image? How do I stretch my video? How do I lower the pitch? How do I make reverb? You just constantly learn. And I wish I even did that more before my first video. I wish. That's one of those things, like, I very much believe in the system of just keep going. Don't stop. Don't like, because people who are those perfectionists who want their videos to be perfect, they don't. A lot of them are underutilizing themselves or handicapping themselves because this fucking YouTube system does not give a shit about quality of content or how much love you put into whatever it is. They do not fucking care. This is very much a social media based, always updating, always refreshing style of content. So your perfect video might stick around in their minds, and that's what's important. But at the same time, in order to make a living, do all these other things, you have to put out videos constantly. And we all know the YouTube algorithm really likes 2 to 3 videos a week, all of which, again, have to be a spectacle that also is searchable and meets search engine optimization. I'm not like a good SEO guy, but like again, it's one of those things you gotta learn and you gotta chase it down, and then you gotta become a robot. You gotta become the machine. I already do that for my work, so I don't like doing that for my creative passion as well. But anyway, after I got the Sony Vegas, I bought the camera. I believe was like $200, $250. It was a Sony HV something or other. I hated that first camera. Like the second I got my new camera, it broke soon afterwards, so it wasn't a big deal. But I beat it with a fucking hammer. I was like, yeah, fuck this camera. The only good thing about that camera, unlike this camera, is this one only records every 20 minutes, whereas that one just keeps on going. That is something I miss and something I want to get on my new cameras, because it is a little bit annoying when I gotta keep it. It's just, this is a type of camera that's supposed to be having a cameraman behind it, you know? I can't operate a camera as I'm over here. Anyway. Carrying on from that, I got my camera, which I don't know how I got $200. I don't remember ever having $200 in my entire pre-job life. Never. I know at one point, my mom's bank account like slipped money into my account by accident. I was like, where the fuck did this come from? And I spent it like thinking, okay, I gotta, before they know that this money stumbled in my account. Because I just saw fucking however many hundreds of dollars just enter my bank for no reason. I was like, so I took some of it out, and then I was like, let me spend a good amount of it. I was like, let me just do the thing so people don't know that this money got put in my account. But then I found out that the bankers at my job, because my mom and my account was like linked, so they just accidentally put it in my account. So I was like, oh, thanks, you fucking assholes. Now you're making me look like a goddamn thief out here against my own mother. But I think that's what happened. That I had a couple $100, so I mixed my money in with that, and that's what paid for the camera. And I know, I don't know what order I was buying these, but around that time I also bought my blue snowball. It was a black blue snowball, which since then I've bought in 2 blue Yetis and a Sterling ST50 something other condenser mic. That is this microphone in my hand right here. And I bought 2 audio interfaces, one being the Scarlett and the UAC whatever it is, 200, 100, 150, 169, 420, whatever it is. That's majority of my like equipment, my cameras and microphones. I think I actually bought 3 blue Yetis because I bought a replacement one, and then I bought one that was just at a shop for super cheap, and then the first one I bought. So 3 blue Yetis. I'm a Yeti boy. If you're wondering your first microphone to get the blue Yeti. It's like $100, USB mic. You're good. It's because the only big difference, like, this microphone is a good microphone, but like it has an audio interface. That's the real reason why. If this does sound good, which it might not, because I'm not operating the thing, and fucking this microphone has been clipping lately, and holding it like this is not optimal. A lot of YouTuber bullshit stuff. I'm trying to tell my origin story. So, after I bought all that equipment, I basically hung up a random sheet thing against a wall. That was gonna be my backdrop. Hit that fucking record button, and that was the Summer Wars, my first review. And I made 100 reviews after that. I don't know when it shut off, but I was at my 20 minutes. I was ranting about how much I hate these fucking cameras. Anyway, I don't know when it cut off, so I'm just gonna start wherever the fuck I want. I did my first review. I learned. I kept going. Until I had 100 reviews. That was the origin of Soul. That was the origin of Soul Show. I really think this point in my life, this was all a learning stage. And I know during this time I also visited my buddy Keith up in Michigan, and he isn't so much as a like great YouTuber, but he has great YouTube skills. Like, he is great at audio editing. He is incredibly funny. Certain scripts he's done I think are some of the best videos I've seen. And he also, I think the one area he lacks is probably like editing and just kind of like making certain shit look pretty. And also like I like to do weird experimental shit, and I like when people do that, but that's optional. But really audio in YouTube is so much more important than video, because what you're saying is 100 times more important than what people are seeing. A lot of people don't even look at YouTube while they watch it. It's podcasts and music and whatever the fuck else. I'm not saying I'm even out of that party. I do that all the time. If you want to be a good YouTuber, focus on your audio skills. And work on your scripts. Try to be funny. So during this time, like, the way my persona, my like style of speaking was developing, if you go from that Summer Wars review to kind of the final review, I would like to say I have like, again, these are all different muscles. I am pretty good at being analytical. I can write a good joke, but sometimes I just fail in delivery, and I think my perfect kind of videos are like not sentimental videos, but videos that kind of touch that personal spot and kind of like bounce around in between comedy and analytical and all that stuff. That's kind of my perfect video. And I know a lot of the videos that are on Fandom Pop and a lot of stuff I've been doing lately is more like high energy stuff, not so much high energy to be like a bro YouTuber, like, what's up guys, today's video, like I hate those styles of videos, but just kind of like carrying a conversation and carrying that energy. So like right when you click on the video, I kind of get your attention, and from that point I can kind of take you wherever I want. I will go sentimental if I need to. I would do more something like this where it's more podcasty, kind of me just talking to you, me trying to expand the conversation, etc. And really it ultimately depends on the video you want to do. I do still like making comedic videos here and there, and I think honestly people respond best with that. So that's not a muscle I ever want to let die. But again, I don't think I'm like naturally funny. I don't think I'm naturally charismatic. I don't think I'm naturally any of these things. I don't think, and like people ask me like if this is like a career I want to do or if it's something I feel like I'm primed to do. Like some people are naturally charismatic. They naturally kind of carry the room. They can be the most interesting person in the room and kind of like always be like, hi, nice to see you, like kind of make you feel like the spotlight's on you, whereas I am very much a wallflower and don't command that attention, which is okay. But people to that might say, then why would you want to become a YouTuber? And I don't want to say my main like muscle or thing I'm good at, but like the thing that I want to be and what I feel like I can be is creative. I remember even back in the day, like Christian creativity was like my like part of my website name that I had back in the day, and that is something I want to do. Like I always wanted to keep book ideas coming. There was at one point where I had like 50 book ideas, like all ready to go. Like I was ready to start writing. My game design, my even every single video I've ever made has a different title and idea. So I think there are muscles that I have as a YouTuber that actually I think I'm really good at and able to contribute with. It's more so that I don't have the time to always like make these creative endeavors. I can't really do fun, cool shit with a camera when I don't have a cameraman. I'm able to do shit like this, and I can have certain aesthetics. Like on Soul Music, I feel like I can make quick little fun videos that have visual design and actual inspiration behind them. I'm able to make stuff like Smoke Sesh Reviews and all these other interesting oddball series. I think those are areas I excel at. And I've been able to craft some interesting stuff. So I feel like editing and those kind of areas are like where I grow out the best. I feel like once I have good camera quality, I fully have developed my on-screen personality. That's when I'll fully be where I want to be. This is the most, where I'm at now is the most like YouTuber ready I've ever been. Because growing up, all that stuff, like my first couple years on YouTube, I did on a laptop. I was 17. The laptop was given to me by my half-brother, and I used it to write a couple books. I used that laptop for everything. I did not have internet growing up. I was not internet savvy. I was able to make it work, though. I learned everything I could. I developed what skills I had. I was mainly a writer at the time, but I developed a lot of other skills. And I remember like when I went up to see my buddy in Michigan, like I brought like my laptop, but I don't know if he realized like this is everything. Like I'm doing everything on this fucking laptop. Like he has like what I have now, which is like a dope PC, big ass green screen. His is better than mine even. Like this is, which was by the way a wonderful gift from my significant other, but like this is something I would have bought eventually, obviously, but having a big ass green screen, having all these lights that are around me right now, these were like essential things that I finally had. I was like, okay, I can finally make these kinds of videos that are higher quality and also easy to make. I was able to finally do all those things, and those all came in stepping stones. Like first, I got the cool green screen, and I was able to, back in the day, my green screen, my original green screen was literally just like green cloth that was like $15 on eBay that I would literally throw around curtains. I would throw this shit around. I would thumbtack it to a wall. Whatever I could do. The little plastic hangers, anything. And it had like little holes in it. It was ratty. I had to fucking just to get the green screen up. And I had to set this up before any video I ever made. I set the green screen up because I was constantly moving. I was living in my car at one point. I had to put this green screen up, take it back down when I was done. Okay, before I had the microphone I have now, I would literally put like boxes and furniture and stack that up so I could have a microphone stand so the microphone could be close to me. After that, I would stack up other things and put the camera on top of that. Now, I have a dope-ass camera, tripod. Did not have that back in the day. So I would literally have like 2 giant stacks of furniture and whatever else, books. Those would hold my microphone camera. I would get like a chair, put my laptop on it, put my microphone into it, then hit record. Barely managed to make a video. Somehow I did it. Somehow that didn't infuriate me every time, but I did that for dozens of videos where I would put all that. I would take like an hour just to set up the video, and it still turns out like ass because I didn't have like good lighting or something like that. Did that all the time. Oh, by the way, I had lights because I knew lighting was important, so I'd have like every single lamp in the house just decorated around the green screen. Ugh, terrible times. I do not miss them. But now, I don't have to deal with all that. But most importantly, I have a beautiful PC. I did buy a computer after the laptop. How much time do I got? Okay. I did buy a computer. I just went to Walmart. I bought whatever computer they had. It worked. I was, it was very much supposed to be at the time kind of thing, even though I did end up using that for like 2 years at least. Like shitty ass computer. And whenever you upgrade, you can't go back. So like I will still record audio on this computer, and I can't even use the interface. It's so fucking slow. I hate it. I hate the aesthetic. I hate the lack of image quality. And I was told this would happen. He's like, the second you get this new computer, you're gonna be spoiled. I was like, okay, but it actually happened. So I built a PC. I don't know anything about PCs. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything in that realm of worlds. I don't know anything about it. I'm good with computers, but like if you actually talk to someone who's good at computers and they ask me if I'm good at computers, they're gonna tell you I'm ass. Okay? So, it was a coworker of mine who's still a coworker of mine, dope ass dude. I was like, hey, this is like around the time I started to work there. I was like, I've been trying to, get a PC going eventually so I can finally play all these Steam games I got. And he was like, hey, I'll build one for you. So like after months of kind of getting the money together, because it was like $1,000. So getting the money together, which you can tell financially, I was not able to do these things because I did not have the money. If YouTube actually gave me some money, I would be able to afford this equipment and shit, and it wouldn't be a big ass deal. But I have the money now. We good. Still probably lost money in the grand scheme of YouTube. I have gotten money from doing the videos, but since YouTube like took my money away and made the rule of you have to have 1,000 subscribers, I am fucked until you assholes get me 1,000 subscribers. So start working on it. All I can do is make the content. But where was I? So we eventually got together, started making the PC. It took a couple tries, some things worked out. Not every part went together seamlessly, but for the most part, it was beautiful. It has a beautiful case, all the parts I wanted, and it is the most beautiful thing I own. If I could only own one thing, I would take my computer, because not only is all my information on it, but like this is so perfect. Like I have audio, what is it called? I have programs for a visualizer for my music. I have my editing service that's like built into Steam. I'm able to play all these games that I was buying for like 2 years on summer sales, just waiting to have this computer. Finally, I'm able to play these games now. I'm able to have an ongoing. My wallpaper is basically a slideshow of beautiful artwork. Every time I'm just on my computer, I can finally like listen to music. Oh, I bought these nice ass speakers that have bass. It's perfect. Every time I go onto my computer now, I'm just I got a curved monitor. I do want to buy a second monitor. I want that's really my next goal, really, if I had to have one. And I do want to get a second camera, and I could always improve my audio. It's an ongoing series. It never ends. You just keep working. And some of your parts also break, and you're forced to update them. It is what it is. It is what it is. But that's basically how my YouTubing skills came to be. I still wouldn't say I'm great at anything. I know if there's like a good YouTuber out there who needs an editor, I want to keep my options open, because I do love editing videos, and I feel like I could take a break. Like I could just edit some other guy's videos and kind of like let his subscribers spill into mine, and if they would accept me, eventually get back to kind of making videos, or just make them in my own time. Really, if I'm able to do this with the drive of what few subscribers I have, if I had breakout success, I'm sure my drive would be through the roof, or at least I could hope. Because I feel like a lot of the other pressures that plague YouTubers just wouldn't bother me. I'm pretty thick-skinned on some things. And some other things I'm not, but like I don't give a fuck. I'll delete your comment. I don't care. It's not gonna bother me. I've deleted plenty of comments for a lot less. Which some people would argue like that's... Some people would even argue that that violates freedom of speech. I disagree. I feel like if you go on to someone... First off, this is art. YouTubing is art just as much as anything else. It's either all art or it's not. You can't really distinguish anymore. If anything, YouTube has just helped prove that it's all on the same... We're all just people making things. That's all we're doing. Some people have degrees and some people have certifications and have licenses. Doesn't fucking matter. We're all just making shit. You're not like an ascended human because you have a fucking degree. We're just making shit. So if you make something, the theater does not have a comment section below it. When you play a game, for the most part, there is not a comment section beneath it. YouTube is different in that way, and I could turn comments off, but then I'm not utilizing a almost I don't want to say necessary, but a crucial function of YouTube, which this is social media. There's a reason every single YouTuber makes their video in the style of a kind of like fan letter to its audience. He says, "Hey, what's up, guys?" Not, "Okay, I'm talking to the void again." Like, I guess I actually am, but like they're not. You know what I'm trying to say. Fuck you. So yes, there is an audience. An audience exists. It's very much in the same way social media works. And if I go onto your social media page and I say some shit in the comments that you don't like I insult you personally, you have the ability to delete that. You don't want persons X, Y, and Z to see that. So if I'm on YouTube and if you insult my appearance or some other like personal shit about me, I'm supposed to let you keep your comment because freedom of speech when you came onto my thing? Absolutely not. I'm giving you the option to comment, and you are taking that ability to basically talk shit about me. And I'm not saying there's a difference between talking shit and critiquing. I am all for criticism. My thing's about to die here, but I am all for criticism. You can criticize me all day and night. Just say why. If you say Christian fucking Solberg sucks ass, just say because his voice is awful, he doesn't know how to do things A, B, and C, and he's a hack. Just say that. Just say that. I'll keep that comment, but if you're just talking shit, bringing up personal things, I'm just going to delete it. If you are not offering anything to what is probably, my videos are always about something. If you're not going to actually contribute to that conversation or react in some form of way, you're just going to bring up some shit. I don't need it. I don't want it. And the only other comments that I would think about deleting are probably like stupid meme content. That I think is more just harmless though, and I'd be more willing to let that spill over. I kind of want to get back on course because this was supposed to be more of a origin of soul podcasty discussion. So if you're wondering how to get into YouTubing, I might actually do that parody video that I've been thinking about doing forever, but more so just follow other people's examples. So I gave my example of what I did. You can debate whether it works or not. Another skill you want to have is Photoshop. I basically can make any thumbnail that I use. 90% of the thumbnails I do make, I could make in my video software, but Photoshop is going to save you some time. It's also extremely easy to get illegally or legally. But I'm not a Photoshop wizard, but in order to make a beautiful thumbnail, you do not have to be in the slightest. You can learn a couple of things and actually make some beautiful ass images. It's crazy what you can do with editing software. It really is. Like, I'm surprised I don't see more like super crazy art and like weird ass filtered grotesque monsters of beauty and art on the internet, you know, with how much is possible. Like, as a person, I guess I've seen the abyss and scratched the surface more than your average person. But you can do a lot of things with this little thing called film, and a lot of things in the editing studio. But I also want to talk about how I started Good Morning Soul and Fandom Pop. So I was slowly kind of going on hiatus from doing Soul Show. Part of that was because I started this series called YouTube on the Rise, which that's probably its own video, but in short, it was this project that I was undertaking that was kind of like usual, bigger shoes. The shoes were too big and I could not fill them. And instantly around this time, my computer I had to get fixed. My microphone broke, that's why I bought another one. And so I also bought my interface around that time. So it was just back-to-back problems that were just lining up. And I felt a little bit trapped, and I was just staring at my channel because at some point I was like, I'm just making whatever the fuck I want. I don't care anymore. Fuck the views, fuck everything. And I wasn't even making good thumbnails anymore. I was just putting shit out there. There was one point where my camera died where I was doing shit on webcam, not even giving it a thumbnail. That's what I was doing at that point in time. I did not give a fuck. And YouTube on the rise. I wanted to be my main thing. Again, it kind of fell through when all my equipment started breaking, and I got really passionate about this other idea called Good Morning Soul, where I was going to make a video every single day for an entire year, from my 21st birthday to my 22nd birthday. So I took that creative endeavor, and I actually fulfilled it. I started it, I ended it. 365 videos, all about different things. That was Good Morning Soul. It is now over. Most of the videos have from like 0 views to like 15 views. It's a beautiful, beautiful project. I'm proud that I did it. And I got a tattoo to show for it. But during this time, I never at once expected Good Morning Soul to be my main thing. It was always kind of a side thing. It just kind of became my main thing when I realized like how big it was going to be. I was like, because there was a time when I didn't have much work. It was wintertime, and the place I used to work at on the beach lost hours. So once I was losing hours, I really focused in on Good Morning Soul, and I was able to do most of the content in the first couple months. And then after that, once I started going back full time, that's when things started slowing down. I was still trying to make videos for Soul Show and Soul Music, but it was not going well. After that, I basically decided I wanted to do something different, like completely different, and it was just debating whether I was rebranding the channel or just restarting. And there's so many reasons I wanted to start a new channel. Like, my channel, the Soul Show channel, just feels like tainted. It feels like somebody, like, it's hard to explain. But essentially, I wanted to start over. Even if I had less subscribers, I didn't care. I started over, and I wanted to have like a bunch of videos at the ready that were trendy, like that actually had potential. I have a series on my second channel, the Good Morning Soul channel now, that's called Fandom Excess. This was basically the entire inspiration for Fandom Pop. The series that I was doing on here were all getting views. They were like just topic videos. They were fan videos. Like they were just talking about fucking, again, a Kanye West video, the new Sword Art Online movies. They were trendy, topical things that got views, and in all honesty, took a lot less work than the reviews. So I thought I could improve the quality of these videos, make them like with green screens and good audio quality, and like they could actually be my main style. And I felt after Good Morning Soul, my persona, my microphone ability, let's just say, had improved like at least double. Like when I turn on a Fandom Pop video, like when I got the shades on, I am, even though before, if I didn't have a perfect script, and even if I'm reading a script also, I sound different. I am mostly going through the lines. I'm like trying to hype it up if I can. And with Fandom Pop, I am able to instantly try to produce a creative and more upbeat, charismatic personality. Also, I try not to film whenever I'm not feeling it anymore. Because back in the day, let's say I'm able to film once every like 10 days, whatever, out of those 10 days, whichever time I'm able to throw up a green screen and make these stacks and all these other things, assuming I even able to live anywhere at this point in time. Let's say I'm able to do all that. What if I just had a double shift at work and I'm not feeling it? What if I'm whatever else? That's probably the most credit I can give to actors now that I've kind of lived the on-screen camera life. Because there are so many times you don't feel camera ready. Like today, even for instance, my last day off, I was on fire. I was a superhero. I recorded like 10 videos. This week I worked a lot more hours. I had like 15 hours of overtime. My shifts range from 3 a.m. to 12 to 11 a.m. to 8. So my schedule is just out of whack. There's times you're just tired as shit. Like, there are some days off, like my last day off, where I have the energy. I started immediately. Like, the first thing I did was cleaned. You know, those days when you just start cleaning at the beginning of the day, those are the best days. Whereas today, you know, I woke up, I didn't get out of bed for at least like an hour. Like, I was recovering from the past week of fucking hard ass work. These are the kinds of days like you don't want to film 100 videos. I know I'm doing this, but you know what I mean. And when you're filming like your best project, like I got like a couple videos over there that I know I gotta film, but it's like they require the best effort and the best me, and the best me isn't here right now. Back in the day though, I'd be forced to endure and just fuck it, record. At this current moment in my life, like I'm able to kind of wait it out, wait until I get that energy, wait until I get that fire. And in all honesty, like, let's say like you're a comedian and you're on stage performance. Like, again, great credit to these people for being able to do that, because imagine like you're half asleep doing that same shtick. Imagine you're sick doing that same shtick. It's not going to be as good. And you want, whenever you go to that microphone, to be the best day possible. And I'm able to pick and choose now, so that's probably another great advantage to this. I could have done this last night. I could have done it when it was last night. It was like 1 a.m. I was debating doing this, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But this video is probably long enough. I know I had like still like 5 other things. I was like, yeah, I'll talk about that. But hey, that's just more. There's more content for an episode 2 that'll encourage me to make an episode 2. I'll probably make a couple more adjustments to the aesthetic and other things I want to do. But thank you for watching as always. You have been a part of the void. Let me know what you thought. And until next time, with that, I leave you.
Yeah, I've been spending hours and hours a day trying to keep these